This right here is why some people are trying to shut down the food stamp program, which we also call SNAP. I am going to pull up an article on the screen in just a moment so you can take a look and see the facts for yourself. It is honestly situations just like this one that are making things so much harder for everyone who uses an EBT card. It is really frustrating because these specific cases end up hurting the whole community, and I want to show you exactly how it is going down. The truth is, a few bad actors are wrecking the entire system for the roughly 42 million people who are just trying to do the right thing. Because of a few people breaking the rules, the USDA is starting to get really aggressive with the program, which is not fair to the millions of families who actually follow the law. I really do get how much these monthly benefits mean to you. Over the years, I have read thousands and thousands and thousands of your comments from people saying they honestly do not know how they would get by without this help. This program is a total lifeline for families who truly need it to keep food on the table. But things have gotten messy lately. Ever since that break in benefits during the first half of November, it has opened up a huge mess for the SNAP program. It feels like ever since that happened, people have just been non-stop attacking the system because of the few people who are taking advantage of it. Let's pull up this article so we can look at it together. Go ahead and read through the details while I break it down for you. This is a perfect example of why regular people who are just following the rules end up getting caught in the crossfire. Take a look at this. So, two shop owners just got in huge trouble for a $7 million fraud case involving SNAP benefits. To give you the short version, these guys ran a couple of tiny convenience stores. Even though they barely had any food on the shelves, they were somehow processing about $500,000 in EBT transactions every single month. That is actually more money than some of the massive grocery stores bring in, which makes no sense for a small corner shop. It is a huge red flag and honestly just looks super suspicious from the start. Once the investigators started digging, they found out these owners were just swiping EBT cards for no reason. Most of the time, people weren't even walking out with food. They were just running the cards and trading that benefit money for stuff that isn't even allowed. It is the same story we hear every time one of these cases breaks. People end up trading their EBT or food stamp benefits for things the program is not meant for. This went on for quite a while until they finally got caught, and it added up to $7 million. To be fair, this program is massive and sends out about $100 billion in benefits every year. That breaks down to about $8 or $9 billion every single month. When you look at it that way, there is a huge amount of money flowing through the system. So, in the grand scheme of things, $7 million is really just a tiny drop in the bucket compared to what is spent overall. But even so, stories like this give the whole program a bad name and make everyone who uses benefits look bad, even when they are doing nothing wrong. Look, I know that almost everyone on this program is doing the right thing, but when these stories come out about people stealing $7 million, it makes everyone look bad. I have even seen other reports lately where the numbers are way higher, like tens of millions of dollars. It is honestly just wild. So here is what was actually going on. These guys were basically just swiping cards and funneling that money into things that are not allowed. They were faking transactions on their machines to make it look like people were buying groceries, when in reality, none of that was actually happening. The investigators even found cases where the records showed someone spending $100 on food, but then that person would walk out of the shop empty-handed. I mean, think about that. How do you buy $100 worth of groceries and leave with literally nothing? It just does not make any sense. That is basically the mess we are looking at. It is no surprise that the USDA and the Agriculture Secretary are going after the program, claiming there are hundreds of millions of dollars in fraud happening. This shop is just one example, but sadly, this kind of thing is going on all over the country. It really gives the whole system a bad name. Most people using these benefits are just regular folks following the rules and doing nothing wrong, but these few bad cases ruin it for everyone. It is a shame, but we just keep seeing these stories pop up everywhere. I actually saw something else interesting in a different report the other day. They think that about $13 billion in food stamp benefits are stolen from people every single year. Just think about that. $13 billion gone every year. That breaks down to roughly $1 billion every single month being stolen from people. Most of this happens because of those tiny skimming devices. You know the ones? They sit right on the checkout machines where you swipe your EBT card and type in your code. Before you even realize it, they have grabbed all your personal info. Once they have that, they just copy your card and empty out your balance. It is a total nightmare. I was reading a story about a guy in California who got caught with 36,000 different EBT card numbers just from using those skimmers on store kiosks. He had 36,000 card numbers in his possession and was basically just cleaning out people's accounts. It is honestly just a terrible thing to do to people who are already struggling. Honestly, to be fair, a lot of the blame falls on the lawmakers and the individual states. Just think about it for a second. How many years has it been since they started putting chips in our regular credit and debit cards? I am not even sure exactly when that happened, but it was probably around 15 years ago or so. It has been a very long time since we made that switch for our bank cards. They brought in those chips specifically to keep things secure. But here is the thing. Most EBT cards still do not have that technology. They are still using that old magnetic strip, which is basically the easiest thing in the world for a hacker to get into. Like I have mentioned before, people with EBT cards are basically walking targets because these cards are just so easy to hack. It is way too simple for someone to just grab the information off of them without anyone noticing. It is honestly because these cards are such an easy target. Since they don't have the same security as other cards, they are the first thing thieves go after. It is basically a wide open door for them. These scammers go after the people who actually need the money the most, which is just wrong. They find it so easy to steal the data, make a copy of the card, and then just wipe out every cent of the benefits. So that is what is going on right now. I really wanted to get this out to you quickly because it is exactly these kinds of stories that end up ruining everything for everyone else. You have folks who are just trying to get through the day and put some food on the table every month. They are just minding their own business, but then you have these other people who are out here trying to bleed the system dry. Even though these scammers eventually get caught, the damage is already done. It makes everyone lose faith in the program, which is just sad for the system and especially for the people who are doing things the right way. Now, everyone is getting hit with these new rules and policies they are throwing at the program just to stop a few scammers. It is basically making life more difficult for everyone involved, which just does not seem right. Isn't that just how it goes? You are out here doing everything exactly like you are supposed to, minding your own business and just trying to get by. Then, out of nowhere, someone else comes along and ruins the entire thing for the rest of us. Sadly, that is exactly what we are seeing happen right now. I just wanted to make sure you saw this update. I am going to stay on top of this and let you know the second I hear anything else. If you are new around here, definitely think about subscribing. Also, feel free to send this video to anyone you know who needs to hear this. There is a share button right down there to make it easy. Hang tight because things are getting really busy lately. There are so many changes happening right now, so keep an eye out for my upcoming videos and live streams where I break it all down. I will make sure to get the word out to you the second I see any new information hit the news. I really hope this cleared things up for you, and I am going to stay on top of any big updates or changes they try to make to the program. I will definitely keep you in the loop. Anyway, I hope you have a great day, and I really appreciate you watching. Remember to subscribe and share the video, and I will catch you in the next one. Take care for now.